Hi, this is Bob Iaccino coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago, talking Euro FX futures. Again, pardon my voice. Cubs anxiety had me screaming at the TV last night. But the Euro didn't have anxiety, finishing its first up week in the last three, first up week since the week of September 18th. Although we did finish slightly lower on the day, we finished above that critical 118 support resistance turned support level now that we're up above it, finishing around 118.18, somewhere in some change. The quantitative easing story that was released on Bloomberg, or rather the reduction of the quantitative easing. Bloomberg is reporting that sources are telling them, sources familiar with the debate, that inside the ECB is talking about cutting back quantitative easing from 60 billion euros to 30 billion euros, be about $36 billion. And they're going to end it sometime near September of next year. Now, if you remember, the Euro, the ECB rather, is not doing it the same way as the Fed. They're not going to taper. What they're going to do is cut back and announce an end date and be very transparent to the market. Now, no official announcement has been made. This, again, is being reported on Bloomberg by sources familiar with the debate. So we'll see if that comes out to play. It didn't add a ton of strength to the Euro, and that'd tell you that the market is looking for a more aggressive plan out of the ECB, at least than the one that was leaked. Now, it doesn't help, or rather it doesn't hurt the Euro strength, that the dollar is still weak. The dollar index has been weak and looks to stay weak. We did not get any critical technical closes. We're still pushing down on that. We got a little bit of weakness versus the sterling. Again, a little bit of strength versus the euro individually, but the dollar overall continues to look weak, and it was not helped in terms of strength versus weakness by the weak CPI that we got this morning, which theoretically pushes the Fed back a little bit. Not showing up in the CME Fed watch tool yet, but definitely showing up in the dollar and in 10-year yields. Lastly, Brexit negotiations with the EU are not going well at all. Theresa May still not finding the kind of support she hoped for. Boris Johnson, the head of the Brexit campaign prior to the referendum, has been pushed aside and isolated, and there's 30 members of Theresa May's party that are actually talking about putting forth a letter asking for her resignation. And what that does is that gives a little bit of strength to the euro in the negotiations, but the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Philip Hammond in the UK, has actually said he can now see a scenario where there's no Brexit at all, which would be good for the euro. That would strengthen the euro because the euro weakened substantially when the Brexit was first announced. We've got a bid in the euro. Looks like we might go a little bit higher. We're closing above that critical 118 support level. This is Bob Iaccino talking Euro futures from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago, again with the scratchy Cubs anxiety voice.